Fat's here.
Fat's here.
He's fired his only bullet and it didn't hit anyone.
No, it was good.
We've got Beavine,
a lot
and
of
we've
bullets.
got, of course, Damo.
He got some feedback in the ad break.
I did, from Higo, our former button pusher.
Well, he listens to us because no one listens to the station.
I don't
he
say
works for.
It'd only take 2 wines for Spaghetti Arms to get
Have a
50.
listen. There you go. Now, Chief, it's been a nice big week for the Chief because we found out that he's going to be elevated to legend status in the AFL Hall of Fame.
Fair enough, too.
No, to 1,200 plus goals.
12.54.
So, but well and truly earned.
Yes.
Yeah. You can see that, do you, Jim?
I can see that.
Well done, Jim.
But what I'm not happy with
What?
is the way he's conducted himself throughout this week.
What do you mean?
Very humble.
Hose, hit the button for me, please.
It's a great privilege, an incredible honour, and a very humbling one. And it's been a really, it's a sobering week. It actually is, but it's also been a long week. I'm not comfortable with all the attention, as you know, so it's been slightly challenging at times, but I'm eternally grateful for the honour because, as Duke said, I mean, when you consider in the history of the game, there's only 32 there. That speaks volumes for what the honour actually is.
There's no place in this world for humble chief. No one likes humble chief.
Jim, that's who he is,
No
though.
one wants to hear from humble
No.
chief. No one's entertained by humble chief.
No.
And it isn't authentically him.
He did insert
I think it is,
a couple of things in there. Like, I'm the 32nd person, only the 32nd person. He got around himself a little bit.
You know, Bernard, because
Yeah.
you work with him on the Sunday
Yes.
show, that
Yeah.
there's zero humility
No.
attached to this human.
Nah, that's unfair, Jim.
That's fair.
There's a lot
I
of
think it's
humility.
very fair.
None.
Very fair.
When he has a drink, too, that's when we...
Well, then he gets even better.
he gets better.
He gets even better at that point. So I don't like a man masquerading
Okay.
in something he ain't.
You've never liked
and
that.
that's what the chief is
Yeah.
doing at the minute for me. And people listening might go, "You're being unfair.
You are.
You're being unfair. You're picking him off when he doesn't deserve it." If you are of that mindset, I've just
Turn it down.
I've just hived off some examples
Uh-oh.
of what this man actually is. So
Okay.
here's the chief
Right.
on why he's single.
All those wonderful qualities that Brownie just spoke about, I embrace. I love myself. I am in love with myself, and we are very happy together. I enjoy my own company. I'm a very selfish man, Howie, and I love just running to my own clock.
Better.
Yes, that's
Better.
Warming up.
That's what we like, Chief. Let's have a listen to Chief on Nath Brown.
He's got a little bit of Nathan Brown in him, hasn't he? Very skillful, little man, little limbs, attitude, annoying.
You're one of the funniest people I know, Joe.
This is Jimmy Webster. He's picked up on Nate's little limbs, which I hadn't thought of before.
Have you not seen how little they
I
are?
haven't noticed.
Caldwell's kick is fathered. They're normal size, Joe. What do you call him? Tyrannosaurus Rex. Is that what you called him in the day?
Tiny
There's a little
T-Rex.
bit of T-Rex about him. Also looks like a Lego baby. Haven't you seen him?
Was that last night?
He's warming up.
Much better.
Yeah, he's getting better.
This is the
Getting
chief
better.
that we love.
Yeah.
Not humble chief.
No.
Not chief trying to deflect onto other
No.
people. He knows there's no
Yeah.
other people.
No.
He knows he's the only act.
Exactly.
So don't try and go, "Oh, it's humbling week and it's, I don't like it. I don't like it being about myself." All the chief wants is it
Yeah.
to be about himself. So then we get to the chief on fat.
Oh, no.
Talking about his brother Blair, I never realised this, but he started out doing some boundary work for Triple M.
Yep.
Did he? Blair,
Just
did he?
play a little clip of it.
I'm in the box here, actually. You're just taking in the game. Actually, the curtain raiser. Conditions are absolutely fantastic. The sun's out. There's no wind. The ground's in excellent condition. I know it's raining in Hobart and Melbourne,
Boy, he's
but
gone the weather.
here in Launceston, it is magnificent.
So are you a genuine brother? He must be a stepbrother, is he? Well, why does one talk okay and the other hasn't got a clue what he's talking about? I can only assume there's no blood, and it's obviously a stepbrother.
Better.
Chief.
Better.
We're getting going now, Jim.
When did he say that?
I can't remember that.
This is the act that
Yes.
people tune in to hear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we... No, actually...
Not the bloody
no.
humility.
Actually, we don't want to hear that.
Not about you, Bill.
No, exactly.
This is the bloke, Jim, that you would often and regularly on a Friday night spend
Wind up.
45 minutes winding up
Yeah.
until he snapped.
Well, because he was as boring as batshit for the previous 30 minutes, just talking bloody line and length.
Yes. And then he let go a bit.
And then suddenly, out with Simon Davis, just bloody sitting the seam up and, you know.
Then he got Mitch Johnson. He got a bit going.
Well, then he gets Mitch Johnson, and suddenly,
Exactly.
this is what he comes out with, Hose.
Well,
As for your little mate down here, what about this one?
Here we go.
What about the wan, pale, polio-ridden little Skeletor, bespeckled with moles and warts and all sorts of growths over that frighteningly little frail thing that he calls a body, whose star has been flying for about a second and a half and thinks he's God's gift. He thinks he's purging rose-smelling excrement out of his rear. He reckons he's got the sweetest-smelling freckle in the history of television, this bloke. Brace your ship up!
Better!
perfect.
That's the Chief
When I think of the Chief,
we love.
exactly.
Talking about
So
that.
bring that to the table.
Oh, right.
Be fine.
Oh,
Much
picked up.
better.
That is gold.
So, Chief, don't give us all of this. It's not about me. and it's been a humbling week.
Exactly.
Because that bores the living Christ out of us.
Yeah.
Those last four examples of the Chief we want on air.
Well, you know who else got it out of him? The Foss.
The fossil. And what I love is the Foss would just sit there. You heard it in that last break, and he'd be like, "I've got your back, Jimmy. You right. We're doing the show together." And then Chief winds up. In fact, I want you to play it again, Hose, and just listen to how quickly the Force leaves me and goes to the Chief. Here we go.
As for your little mate down here, what about this one?
Here we go.
What about the wan, pale, polio-ridden little Skeletor, bespeckled with moles and warts and all sorts of growths over that frighteningly little frail thing that he calls a body, whose star has been flying for about a second and a half and thinks he's God's gift. He thinks he's purging rose-smelling excrement out of his rear. He reckons he's got the sweetest-smelling freckle in the history of television, this bloke. Brace your ship up!
He got rolling for a second and a half, and the Force just dropped in a pallid.
And was snorting there at one stage.
He absolutely loved it. So just an all-points bulletin.
Yes.
Enough of the humility.
That's enough.
You're not fooling any of us, and you're not entertaining any of us
I think
with
he's-
that behaviour.
I think he's changed though, Jim.
No, you can't.
Why?
He has.
What's changed him, Dave?
I think life and perspective,
No,
different way of looking
I'm not
at
having it.
Matured.
No, we're not
I think he
accepting
has.
that. We're not accepting that.
No.
You don't believe it?
Nah, I don't
But,
believe
well,
it.
Bern, you
You're
work
looking
with him
after
Sundays.
Nah, that's the Chief we want.
That's
We
the-
want to be
exactly
nervous
that.
around him.
Exactly.
We want him to snap. We want to get hit by something in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Didn't he throw rice at someone at one stage as well?
Oh, he did.
in the box.
That was
The rice gate.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
let's talk about that.
But also the supporters, they loved him, and he loved the supporters.
Of course.
If he's a people's person.
They'd come up for an autograph.
Loves people.
Ship off, though.
Not today, thank you.
He took over from you, Jim, at the cricket club, the Renegades.
And took them to the
You
championship.
gave him the presidency.
Took them to the championship. That's how bloody good he was.
Wasn't he in charge of the jockeys?
The jockeys, Australian
He
jockeys.
ate a
those days.
couple.
Listen, now you're on. I'm not going there.
Glass houses.
I'm not going there.
And before he went to a meeting, they reckon, just felt a bit hungry.
I'm not going there.
Got two of them, you reckon?
You're on your own now,
A
Fat.
couple.
And he could club you to
A couple
death.
of apprentices, Bill.
I think he got Daniel Stackhouse and
He's,
Luke Curry. Just had a...
Just an entree.
anyway, I'm not distancing myself
No, no.
no,
Yeah,
because
sorry.
when the Chief gets angry, and I've experienced.
Well, he grabbed you one day, actually physically.
dangled me over the side of a boat
With one arm.
with one arm. No, he did. He's the most brutally powerful man I've ever come across.
Yeah.
So I've said a little bit there, Chief. Bill finished with that.
I can't believe you did
That's
that.
not
Bill.
appropriate.
No.
Oh, geez,
now-
you've all jumped off.
No, not now that you've gone there.
Yeah.